Hi guys, it's quite late in the evening and this is a bit of an ad hoc, hop on camera moment. It's actually 2nd of December and I was thinking to do like a vlogmas type thing. I'm knackered, I look rough, so you're gonna have to excuse me. This is not a put together video, but there's a few things I wanted to talk to you about in terms of carnivore, because we haven't checked in for a while, so I thought I'd let you know where I'm up to. And I've noticed a couple of things as well, which we'll talk about later, that have gone away on carnivore that I would never have expected to go away. I thought we could have a little informal chat. I've had a hell of a day today. I had 5 hours sleep, 5 hours. And then I got up, did all the housework. As you know, I've got chronic fatigue syndrome. Then my son came round for a few hours. Then I fell asleep and felt really rough when I woke up. Then I launched a video on Penguin and Pear. And I filmed a vlog for my vlog channel. And I thought, why not? Why not? Let's go all in. Let's film videos for the Carnivore channel as well. I'm thinking to upload a little shortish video. I don't think this is going to be short, this one, but generally speaking, through December, to upload a shortish video every day. Most days, not every day. I won't be able to every day. So if you've got any topics for discussion around the carnivore diet or health in general, then leave them down below. So I'm going to give you a general update. Then I'm going to answer some of your questions, and then I am going to tell you what's gone away. Grab a drink. I've got some plain filtered water here, because that's all I can drink. I went through a stage of trying to drink tea. I put in my head that tea would be okay. Everyone drinks coffee on the carnivore diet, so tea should be okay. So I bought some Yorkshire tea, which I love, 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 love. And then I also bought some lactose-free milk and some sweeteners. I'm like, sweeteners have got no carbs in them. They'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And it was for like a week. And then I started getting a lot of muscle pain. And I stopped it because I knew where it was coming from. Stopped it within 2 days. Not only did the muscle pain stop, but my face looks so much clearer as well. In case you don't know, a little recap of where I'm at with the carnivore diet. So I actually started the carnivore diet on the 18th of January. I had in my mind it was the 1st of February, but it wasn't. It was the 18th of January, so we are coming up a year now. In fact, I wrote something in my diary on the 18th. So I probably started on the 14th because this was 4 days after I started, where I documented how I was feeling, basically. I have ME, chronic fatigue syndrome. I was bedbound with literally no energy. I was at my wit's end. I really was. I was also very obese at over 20 stone. And so 280 odd pounds. Let me find the entry. This was written on Friday the 19th of January. Lately, my symptoms have been getting worse and worse. I'm 48 and almost bedbound. It's ridiculous, sad, heartbreaking and frustrating. I would wake up full of energy, have a shower and feel awful afterwards. That's just one example. Claire, if you're reading this in the future or later, hopefully cured, but probably not, so I had no hope for a cure, remember how little you could do, how awful you felt, how little energy you had, and how much pain soared through your body. Please take a minute to remember how much crap you were eating and how you were not mindful of eating. And perhaps even more shocking was how your symptoms got worse after you gave up junk food on the 1st of January. On the 1st of January, I decided to cut all junk out, but I was still eating a high carb diet. Healthy food is supposed to make you healthy, I said. And here you are, on the 18th of January, having massively reduced your carbs and hugely increased meat in the last 4 days, and how much you've achieved today. You got up, you had a shower, you tidied your bedroom, you washed the dishes, you filmed content, you moved boxes, you tidied the lounge, and you went shopping in town covering 8,000 steps. It would take me 10 days to achieve all of that in the past, and I did it in 1 day after cutting out most carbs. What the hell is going on? I'm not full carnivore yet, but in the first 3 to 4 days, my benefits have been mental health has lifted a lot. Clearer skin, less bloating, more energy, silkier hair. That's the situation I was in. It was dire. It really was dire. If you watched me back then, you will understand that. I embarked on it for chronic health reasons, but as I started to do this diet, the weight started to fall off really easily. And I was like, maybe I can do this. I got hooked, and then the weight stalled. Then I started fasting, and I was away with the fairies, I'm telling you. So I have lost. You got to give me a clapping emoji in the comments, because last week I reached £100 loss from my highest weight. Now that's not £100 on carnivore, that's about £80 on carnivore and 20 before, but I'm £100 lighter. Here's a before and here's an after. So I currently am weighing 185, or roughly speaking 13 stones and 3 pounds. And that is down from 20 stones 8 at the beginning, at my highest. And then at the beginning of the carnivore diet, it was 19.3. So you can say the carnivore diet has been a huge success for me. And I'm not done yet. I have got a goal of 12 stone. So I still have 17 pounds to get to that goal. And then I've got a further goal of 10 stones, which is another 28 pounds after that. And then I shall be done. Overall, I could not be happier. I am in a size 14 now in the UK, which is a size 10 US, I believe. So that's the weight loss update. Let's go over to the chronic health update, which is the reason that I started it in the first place. So I was bedbound pretty much. I would leave the house about once a month, and it was a really good day if I could manage a shower. That's how bad I was. I'm a lot better now. I am not bedbound I am semi-bedbound still. It really depends on how much activity I do. If I don't push my activity levels, so maybe I can do about 3,000 or 4,000 steps without pushing it. No, not even that much. Maybe 3,000 steps, and that's just literally tidying the house up. If I don't go past that, I'll be okay the next day. But obviously, I've got to live my life. And I do go past that regularly. And what happens is I have to have a whole day in bed if I crash. So that can potentially happen 3 days a week still. If I go over my limits like the other 3 days. But I will say I am going to the gym. I shouldn't be going to the gym at all, but I am, because I want to build my stamina up. And I do notice very incrementally, the more I build my stamina up, the more I can do on just a rest day. Not a rest day, like rest days are rest days, but on a day where I'm not pushing my limits. The chronic illness side of it hasn't been as much of a success as I'd hoped, if I'm completely honest with you. I eat a beef diet, basically. I don't touch, very rarely do I touch anything else. And if I do, it's bacon. I don't have that very often because I don't like the preservatives in bacon, so I tend to stay away. So I eat a beef diet. It's either mince or ground beef. I like steaks, so I tend to have rump, sirloin and ribeye. Ribeye is my absolute favourite. In addition to that, I will have eggs, so I'll either have them fried in butter, I'll have them boiled, or I'll have them scrambled. Cheese is the other thing I eat. I try to stick to goat's cheese because the carb load is really low on that. It's like 0.8 per 100 grams, whereas cheddar is about 4 grams per 100 grams. So I don't always, like today I had brie, which is about 4 grams. And I'm still doing OMAD. I sort of been in and out of OMAD. If I have a day where I'm feeling really weak and I just want to eat, I just eat. But most days I want to do OMAD. I don't feel like eating when I wake up. And then I get busy, food's not on my mind. I tend to eat between 3 and 5 p.m. and then I won't eat again until the next day at that same time. That just works for me. It's not even about the weight loss anymore, really. It is just about, that's how I feel the healthiest. When I'm not digesting food, my body feels healthier. I am still hopeful for my chronic illness to improve. I read the other day that there is actually a blood test now for chronic fatigue syndrome. So there is irrefutable evidence that it is a physical condition now. So I don't ever want to hear from anyone that it's a mental health thing, because I do get those comments and I don't like them. So I don't ever want to receive those comments again, because it is a physical condition. People with my condition are very, very poorly. That is all the updates with the carnivore diet. Like, in terms of this channel, I've been wondering what to do on this channel, because do I keep rehashing the same information that I've already given out, i.e. do this to get this result, but people are not watching? I've noticed on my videos you guys like it when I do personal updates more so than when I do like a teaching video. So I think we'll just do this. I might do some vlogs, not this month because I'm vlogging on my actual vlog channel, but at some point I might do some vlogs that are like health focus vlogs. I might do a day in the life of eating as a carnivore, something like that. I did one a while ago, but maybe I could do another one. Let me know what you want from me on this channel, because I really don't know what to post, but I'm going to try and post and answer some questions this month. Let's get on to your questions, because I did put in the community post, has anyone got any questions for the carnivore diet? And there wasn't many, but there was a couple, so I'll answer those. Oh yeah, I'm going to do a video about essential tremor, because I don't know if you can even see it at the moment. So I am taking something that's calmed it down a little bit, but it's something I've struggled with my whole life. And I thought I'd do a video that is going to be entertaining, but also informative to anyone else who has it. Because I have, as I say, I have found something that does reduce it a little bit. So if you've got any questions about essential tremor, leave them down below and I will cover them in that video. Carnivore Essie says, hi CC, I've heard so many say fasting and exercise are the best way to get healthy along with carnivore eating. I've also heard the focus should just be on eating carnivore until stable. What was your experience? So first of all, I'm not sure what you mean by stable. Are you referring to my chronic health? Are you referring to my weight loss? Are you referring to my eating habits? Fasting and exercise are what has worked for me with carnivore. So basically, my health is in a better place. Not great, but it's in a better place. And I would say the process for doing that, if you have something similar to me, is, I'm going to take these off. Start with diet. Diet is so important. Cut out the carbs. Carnivore is your friend. Do that diet for 3 months minimum to see some results. If you are seeing positive results at that point, then implement exercise of some kind. It doesn't have to be high intensity. It just has to be more than you're currently doing. What you want to do as you are changing your diet and you're giving your body less stress and less inflammation, you want at the same time to be building your stamina up, because those two things go hand in hand if you want to recover your health. And so, by the way, I'm not a doctor. I've got to disclaim this. I am not a doctor. Do not take this as medical advice. This is just what has worked for me. So for me, I incorporated walking, and at first I couldn't walk very far. I was working on the basis of steps. So at first I was doing 2,000 steps and 3,000 steps. I was still crashing from doing this. That's something you've got to ask yourself. Are you willing to have a day in bed the next day in order to build your stamina? Because that is what I have done. I think I started walking at about 4 months into carnivore, and over a few months I really built up my cardio fitness. I can show you a graph here of my VO2 max, which is how much oxygen your heart can take in when it's working really hard. That's my layman's understanding of VO2 max. And mine has raised from, I think it was 21 and it's now at 27 or just under 27. Still low in terms of healthy individuals. It isn't at the normal baseline yet, but it's at the top of the low. That's what I did. I worked on that, and then at some point I implemented supplements, and there are a couple supplements that have really, really helped me. Creatine is really helping me. If I take that of a morning, I know about it. I have so much more energy. I still crash the same. It doesn't affect my post-exercise malaise. But on a good day, it can give me the energy. And if I'm in a crash and I take it, it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Another one is called NADH. And that has been fantastic. I started taking that because I was reading the comments on the Amazon reviews and literally everyone was saying it's helped their energy. There was quite a few people with chronic fatigue syndrome who said it had changed their life, it had helped them. So I was like, oh, Desperado Claire, chronic Carnivore Claire over here. I was like, I'll give anything a go. So I bought some and it took about 7 days until I saw the benefits. Last week I didn't take any supplements for a day. I was like, I'm going to have a day off supplements. They're not really doing much. That's what I was telling myself. Boy, did I know it when I didn't take my supplements. So they're definitely working. I take quite a few supplements, but I would say those 2 supplements for energy is what have really moved the needle for me. You want to change your diet. You then want to incorporate exercise and supplementation. So in terms of the diet, yes, I would recommend you do fasting because your body needs a rest from digestion. It is a fantastic way to lose weight, but if we're not talking about that and we're talking about chronic health, I really believe if you've got any kind of autoimmune issues, then I would say fasting is going to be your friend. Beware though, I've got a bit of boldness, but since I've been taking creatine, I've been getting baby hairs coming back. So that might be my secret. We will see. Time will tell on that. I can't swear that that's caused that. It might be a correlation rather than a causation. So let's have a look at another question. April May Shine says, how are you getting past the lack of variety? It's been a real struggle for me, but I am continuing because when I stumble, I feel like garbage the next day. You and me both. You and me both. I do fall off the wagon sometimes. You know, if my resolve is really low, I'm having a bad day, a crash day, then I do sometimes fall off the wagon and I pay the price for it. I'm in an era now of trying not to fall off the wagon and to stick quite strongly to actual carnivore. Meat, fish, butter, eggs and cheese. So lack of variety. The way I get around that is, even though I only eat one thing, which is meat, generally, I do occasionally have a bit of fish, but not very often. But I get around that by having a different type of meat at every meal. So I only eat once a day anyway, which helps matters. But one day I might have ground or minced meat. Another day I might have a ribeye. Another day I might have a sirloin. Another day I might have a rump, and I just rotate them so I'm not eating the same thing every day. I notice if I do eat the same thing every day, which I've done with like ribeye and rump, it gets boring very, very quickly. So by changing up the cuts of meat, and you could also do recipes. If you're a recipe person, I'm not, but if you are a recipe person, then that is something you could do as well. But it is a restrictive diet. At the end of the day, it is restrictive, and you have to ask yourself the reasons for doing it. Do you want your health back? Or do you want variety when you're eating? Something else I do when I eat is I eat cheese. Now, some Some people are for cheese, some people are not. I had the carnivore police come after me the other day because someone in a comment somewhere had said they were asking what the best cheese is on the carnivore diet, and I said goat's cheese, and then I got a whole long lecture from the carnivore police who accused me of not knowing what I'm doing and going beginners, for God's sake. And he was telling me, you will never lose weight on the carnivore. You will never lose weight if you eat cheese. So I very happily went back to him with a before and after photo of losing 100 pounds, eating cheese almost every day. So I didn't get anything back from him after that. Cheese is a bit like a dessert, really. I enjoy it so much. In fact, I can't keep it in the house because I will demolish it and it will destroy my diet if I demolish it. So not every day, but I would say about 4 or 5 days out of the week, I will have a bit of cheese and I'll just go to the shop. You can buy like a little round of goat's cheese. It's like 85 grams and it comes to about 300 calories, something like that. And then I incorporate that into my meal on that day and it makes eating a lot more exciting. If I wasn't having cheese, I would not be excited by the carnivore diet. So someone else, which is May et Charles, has said, will you be eating Christmas fare? I'm 60, eating the carnivore way, and I'm going to increase my fat and meat during that time. I have eaten as much junk food as I could in my life. I don't want the uncontrollable mess that the junk makes. So this is a question in my mind that I've been going backwards and forwards. Every time I go to the shop, all I see is Christmas chocolate, crisp biscuits, you name it. Thought to myself today walking around the shop, if I can do carnivore at this time of the year, I can do carnivore any time of the year. There is so much temptation at the moment, it's ridiculous. But in my mind, I'm saying that no, I am a carnivore, so that includes Christmas Day as well. So we don't have Thanksgiving here. Let me know if you stuck to the carnivore on Thanksgiving. It's not an issue for me. But Christmas Day, I'm going to my sister's and she's been asking me what carnivore food I can eat. Normally I'm quite strict with the amount I eat because I'm obviously trying to lose weight. But I think on Christmas Day, like this lady, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to increase my fats and my meats and I'm just going to eat until I am completely full, but only carnivore food. So that is like beef and butter and cheese, basically. And then I have to sit there and watch everyone with their potatoes and gravy. It used to be my favourite meal. There's no more questions to answer. So let's talk about those things that have gone. I had a wart on my finger and it was on this finger right there, right in the crease. You know where your finger bends over? It was right in the crease and it was really annoying me. And I had it for about 5 years. Could not get rid of it. I tried everything. When I started the carnivore diet, I did notice after a couple of months it like reduced a little bit, but the hard skin was still there and that wasn't going away. And the other day I was thinking, I think I watched someone and they were talking about warts or something. And I thought, oh yeah, I've got that wart, haven't I? And I looked, there's nothing there. Nothing. No actual, you wouldn't know a wart had ever been there. The only thing I can put that down to is the carnivore diet. Getting rid of the carbs has removed my wart. I also have a mole here. Let me see if I can show you. I don't even know if you can see it because I don't think it's even there anymore. But I had a mole. There it is, right there. Very tiny now. It used to be huge and it was really raised and really red. It came up when I was about 13 years old. I think it was just after my period started. That's when it came up. And I went to the doctor and I said to him, I'm really worried about this mole. And he said, it's nothing to worry about. So it was just left. And it's just something I've always had. It did go white rather than red over the years. But I looked the other day and it's absolutely tiny now. Only thing I can put that down to is the carnivore diet. So let me know if you've got any moles. Have they disappeared? Moles, warts, you name it. Any disfiguration. that is all I have got for you today. Like I say, I want to try and upload as much as I can through December, try and generate some more views, some more subscribers, and give some more value. So I would like you to leave me a question down below, and every day or whenever I get to film, it might not be every day if I have a crash day. When I next film a video, I will look to the comments and find a question and answer it on camera. So this is your chance for 5-minute fame if that is what you want. If you don't want me to mention your name, just tell me not to mention your name. Leave me a question. And the more specific and the more interesting, the better. It really is. Now, don't forget to leave me a heart emoji down below and let me know if you like my content. Check out my other 2 channels as well, because I've got new videos up on those channels. All links down below. Consider purchasing me a coffee, and I'll catch you whenever I get uploaded next. Time for me to go to bed now. Bye for now.